Hello everyone. Today I will discuss chapter 3 Geography, chapter topic drainage. And the first two topic I will discuss over here, that is the drainage and the drainage basin. What is drainage? Drainage is a river system. And what is river system? River system means a main river along with its tributaries. For example, Ganga, a main river, and its tributaries. That means all the other small rivers joining the Ganga called the tributaries. That means the main river along with its tributaries called the river system. Okay. And what is drainage? Drainage means a river system. And what is river system? River system means a main river along with its tributaries. Now the second point, that is the drainage basin. What is drainage basin? Drainage basin means the area drained by a single river system, or you can say in a simple language, the area covered by a single river system, that is called the drainage basin. And this is also the image of the Ganga drainage basin. Okay, that means the area drained by a single Ganga river system, or the area covered by Ganga river system. Once again, let me tell you, Ganga and Ganga river system difference is there. When you say Ganga, you are talking about only river Ganga, and when you are saying Ganga river system, that means you are talking about the Ganga main river along with many of its tributaries. Okay. Now, in the world, the largest river, that is the Amazon River, and if the Amazon River is the world's largest river, then definitely the area covered by the Amazon River is also the largest in the world. So, drainage basin of the Amazon River is also the largest in the world. And similarly, in India, the largest river is the Ganga. Longest river is Ganga. So definitely the area covered by Ganga river here in India is also the largest. That means the drainage basin here in India is largest of which river? Ganga river. That means Ganga river has largest drainage basin in India. Now let us discuss another point, that is the water divide. You see the image. Okay, water divide, in the middle it is written water divide, and both side of the water divide there is stream A and stream B. Now what is water divide? Water divide, very simple. Water divide means the highland or the mountain area which divides the water into two parts. Very simple. That means the highland or the mountain, both sides of which we find two river system, then that mountain or the highland or the uplifted area in between the two river system is called the water divide. And why it is called water divide? Because it is dividing the water. If that highland or the mountain did not exist over there, then definitely the two river system, stream A and stream B, would flow together and they would act like a single river system. Okay. Now the another point, drainage pattern. What is drainage pattern? Drainage pattern means a river system when it flows, that time it make different type of the structure or the shape in itself. And what type of shape is formed by a river system, accordingly it has got the name. And what type of the shape is formed by the river, it also depends on the character of the rock, hard rock, soft rock, relief feature, that means the mountain area, plain area, etc. That means drainage pattern. What are the four types of the drainage pattern? They are number one, or the A, dendritic pattern. What is dendritic pattern? Dendritic pattern means when a river system makes the shape or the pattern like the branches of a tree. You can see the image A. and right side, like the branches of the tree, the shape formed by a river system is given over here. Main river in the middle and other tributaries joining it, which combinedly gives the shape of a branch of a tree. So this type of the shape formed by a river system is called the dendritic pattern or dendritic drainage pattern. Okay, and number B, that is the radial pattern. Number B, that is the radial pattern. What is the radial pattern? Radial pattern means when water flows from top of the mountain or the hill, then water flows in all the direction and the shape formed that time called the radial pattern. For example, let me show you. Suppose this is the top of the hill or the mountain or the pointed object, whatever you say. Okay, and when we pour water over here at the top of the hill or the mountain, then definitely water will flow in different direction like this. Okay, all the direction, and the shape formed over here, that is called radial pattern. That means when we pour the water at the top of the hill, it will flow this direction also, it will flow this direction also, it will flow this direction also. That means this direction also, all the direction, when you pour the water, it will flow like this. Okay, and this type of the shape or the pattern formed by the river is called the radial pattern. Okay, and another one, that is the rectangular pattern. By the name only, rectangular pattern, that means rectangle shape or the pattern formed by a river system, that is called the rectangular pattern. And where this type of the pattern is formed, this type of the pattern is generally formed in the areas where we find mostly jointed hard rocks. Okay, and last one, that is the trellis pattern, D1, that is the trellis pattern. Trellis pattern means when a river joins another at right angle. When a river joins another at right angle, then the pattern formed by the river system is called the trellis pattern. And this type of the trellis pattern or the drainage pattern generally we find in the areas where there is the parallel combination of hard and soft rock. Okay, and for your information, in a single river system also you can find more than one pattern. Okay, now the next topic, Himalayan river and the peninsular river. That means the river system of India can be divided into two, Himalayan river and the peninsular river. First, the Himalayan river. Himalayan river, you can see the image, they are originated from the Himalaya. And if they are originated from the Himalaya, definitely they are perennial. Perennial means continuous. That means the river never dries up. That means they flow throughout the year. And at the same time, the Himalayan rivers, they travel a long course. Long course means they travel a long distance. And another more characteristics of the Himalayan river, that is Himalayan river also form different type of the landforms, and they are here. Different types of the landforms formed by the Himalayan river, that is the oxbolic, delta, meander, etc. Now, the Himalayan river or the course of the Himalayan river can be divided into three: upper course, middle course, lower course. Now let's begin from the upper course. Upper course, source of the river. What is the source of the river? Source of the river means the area from where the river is originated, or the source from where the river is originated. For example, Himalayan river. What is their source? That is the Himalaya itself. Now, originating from the Himalaya, it starts flowing downward, and we everybody know that in the Himalayas region the elevation of the mountain is very high. That means the lands are mostly sloping. If the land is mostly sloping, then definitely the speed of the river is also very high. And if the speed of the river is very high, definitely main work of the river in the upper course, that is the erosional activity. That means river generally perform erosional work in the upper course. And there is the red stripe. Till the red stripe, that is the upper course, and after that middle course begins. Middle course generally plain area. Plain area means mostly the level land. If the land is level, then definitely speed of the river decreases. If the speed of the river decreases, river starts depositing the sediments which it carried from the Himalayas region or the mountainous region. And when the river starts the depositional work in the middle course, then definitely the deposited sediments itself becomes obstacles or the hurdles to the river. So river cannot flow in a straight path or the course, but river has to take U-turn or turning. That means river flows like this, turning or U shape, and this U shape of the river, U course of the river or turning course of the river, turning path of the river is called the meander. And where we find the meander? Mostly in the middle course of the river. After that, again the red stripe is there. After crossing the red stripe, again the lower course begins. And lower course mostly plain area, mostly the level land. So definitely the speed of the river automatically decreases, and if the speed of the water or the river automatically decreases, then more depositional activity takes place over here. Then if more depositional activity takes over here, then more obstacles or the hurdles will be there for the river to flow. So definitely the river takes more meandering shape over here. Okay, and when river takes more meandering shape, that time Oxbow Lake is formed. Now what is Oxbow Lake? Oxbow Lake is nothing other than the cut-off part of the meander. The cut-off part of the meander, that is the Oxbow Lake. That means when a water body, generally in U shape, is separated from the meander shape of the river and formed a lake, that lake is called Oxbow Lake. अर्थात कहने का मतलब जो एक meander shape जो रिवर ने फॉर्म किया है, और वो जो meander जो है वो कट ऑफ हो गया रिवर का मेन कोर्स से, वो रिवर का मेन कोर्स से, मेन पाथ से अलग हो गए और एक अलग सा लेक बना लिया, तो उस समय इसको ऑक्सबो लेक कहते हैं। जनरली ये यू शेप का होते हैं। आफ्टर दैट द डेल्टा। व्हाट इज डेल्टा? डेल्टा इज अ ट्रायंगुलर लैंड मास डेपोजिटेड बाय द रिवर। दैट मीन्स ट्रायंगल शेप का जो लैंड जो है, जो रिवर का डेपोजिशनल वर्क का चलते फॉर्म हुआ है, उसको कहते हैं डेल्टा। एंड वेयर आर द डेल्टास फॉर्म? डेल्टास आर फॉर्म मोस्टली in the mouth of the river. What is mouth of the river? Mouth of the river means the area where river generally drains into sea. Okay, so delta, oxbow lake, meander, these are the different structures or the shape formed by the Himalayan rivers. Now let's discuss about the peninsular river. This is the peninsular river, or these are the peninsular rivers: Narmada, Tapi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi. These are all the peninsular rivers. And the peninsular rivers, they do not origin from the Himalayas. So if they do not origin from the Himalayas, they are not the perennial. That means they have to dry up during the dry season of the year. And at the same time, they do not travel a long course like the Himalayan rivers. Why they do not travel the long course? Because after traveling a short distance, there is the sea, Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. So the peninsular rivers, they have short course, and at the same time they do not perform the erosional activity like the Himalayan rivers, because Himalayan rivers, they travel through very sloping land, but the peninsular plateau, there is not much sloping like the Himalayas. So erosional activity is also less in case of the peninsular rivers. Okay, thank you.